The woman clearly saw a sharp knife stuck into the fruit plate on the table, yet she deliberately threw herself against it. As a result, her arm was cut open with a deep wound. Seeing this, her younger sister immediately rushed forward to help bandage her. But what no one knew was that this was all part of the woman's plan. She purposely wanted to leave a mark on her body as proof of her identity because in just 3 minutes, someone would come knocking with evidence accusing her of having an affair with her best friend's husband. In her previous life, at her best friend's wedding, she had suddenly fainted. When she opened her eyes again, a video of her supposedly meeting secretly with the bridegroom had already spread across the internet. The woman in the video not only looked almost identical to her, but even had the exact same birthmark on her waist. But she knew with absolute certainty that the video had been fabricated because at that time, she had been unconscious. Yet, no matter how she explained, no one believed her. To teach her a lesson, her mother-in-law dragged her into the wedding hall and humiliated her in front of everyone. Surrounded by malicious accusations, she quickly found herself cornered. At that moment, she lost her footing, slipped, hit her head on the steps, and died on the spot. When she opened her eyes again, she was shocked to find herself back in the hotel dressing room. Before she could react, her best friend entered with a bridesmaid's dress in hand. It was then she realized she had been reborn on the very day of the wedding. Recalling her tragic fate from her previous life, she swore that no matter what, she would never let the same tragedy happen again. But in order to uncover the mastermind behind the scheme, she pretended nothing was wrong and accepted the dress. Yet everything unfolded exactly the same as before. As soon as she put on the dress, a wave of dizziness swept over her. Determined not to fall into the same trap, she quickly called her younger sister to serve as her witness. Unexpectedly, her sister walked in carrying a bottle of orange juice and handed it to her, suggesting she drink some to ease her dizziness. But this time, determined to eliminate all hidden dangers, the woman refused even though her sister was the person she trusted most. Just to be safe, she asked her sister to stay by her side, so that when she was accused again, there would be someone to testify for her. But no sooner had she spoken than her best friend entered with the groom, using the excuse of discussing the wedding process to take her sister away. Watching her only witness about to leave, the woman panicked. Not knowing what to do, she lowered her head and caught sight of the fruit plate on the table. A sudden idea flashed in her mind. She deliberately threw herself onto it. That was how the opening scene came to be. Now that she had left a new mark on her body, she finally felt a bit more at ease. To be doubly sure, she insisted on accompanying them to the wedding hall. She thought that this time, she could finally escape the fate of her past life. But then, her best friend once again approached her and, under the pretense of wedding preparations, told her to wait in the dressing room for further arrangements. Hearing this, the woman panicked and hurriedly grabbed her sister's hand, begging her to stay with her. Yet, her best friend played the emotional card, saying that today was the most important day of her life, and she asked the woman not to cause trouble. Besides, her sister had duties to attend to as well. Faced with this situation, even though the woman was deeply unwilling, in the end, she could only force herself to agree like a good friend. In order to prove her innocence, the woman deliberately placed her phone at the dressing room door, intending to record everything that was about to happen. But just as she finished setting it up, the groomsman came over with 2 glasses of red wine, using the joyous occasion of the wedding as an excuse to drink with her. However, the woman clearly remembered that in her previous life, it was after drinking the groomsman's wine that something terrible had happened at the wedding. So this time, she flatly refused.